Hey everyone, what's up? How are you all doing today? Okay, so first, Happy New Year. Second, there's a bunch of new gossip and rumors going around, and we're going to talk about all of them. People are making predictions about what might happen in 2026. So where should we start? Let's talk about Diddy, Judge Arun, and his appeal. Remember when Diddy was on 50 Cent's documentary and he said, "I want the dirtiest of the dirtiest." Well, guess what? People are saying that Diddy now thinks his only way to win his appeal is to find bad stuff about Judge Arun. He's hoping they can find something, anything, that might help flip his case. And Diddy is spending a ton of money to make this happen. All right, everyone, are you ready? There's a lot to talk about here. Let's jump in. Should we start? Okay, wait. Hold on. Let me play the special music for this gossip. Hopefully I edited it right. Here we go. Okay, here's the rumor for 2026. It's called The Man Who Can't Be Bought. So listen up. The streets are talking. They're saying a very famous music boss who just found out that jail is not fun has quietly started something people close to him are calling Phase 2. Now remember, this is just a rumor. We don't know for sure if it's about Diddy, but I'm seeing a lot of similarities, so I wanted to share it with you guys. Okay. So what is Phase 2? It's not about proving he's innocent. It's not about finding evidence. It's not about getting justice. It's about finding one tiny crack in the wall. People say that after he got sentenced, the music boss and his super expensive team, and I'm not just talking about lawyers. I'm talking about PR people, online reputation fixers, internet investigators, and even media helpers. They all got one simple job. Find me something. Every time I think about Diddy asking for this, I'm like, yeah, something. Okay, moving on. Not something about the case, not something about the witnesses, not something about the prosecutors, something about the judge, the man in the robe. Why? Because someone finally told him that if you want an appeal to work, you can't just disagree with the decision. You need to prove the judge did something wrong. You need to show bias, conflict of interest, or something shady. And that's when people say he gave an instruction that made everyone raise their eyebrows. He didn't say research this or review that. He said, and this is supposedly his exact words, send me the dirtiest of the dirty. At first, everyone thought he meant bloggers, commentators, YouTubers, people who said bad things about him online. But behind closed doors, people say the plan quietly changed. Why? Because bloggers can't overturn convictions. Judges do. So suddenly, his digital teams weren't just looking through gossip websites anymore. They started digging through old interviews, law school discussions, academic papers, social media likes, podcast appearances, who the judge was friends with, donations he made, speeches he gave, and even who he followed online and what he watched. They weren't trying to prove corruption. They were trying to prove the judge had an opinion about Diddy before the trial. Why does that matter? Because an opinion can look like bias. Bias can look like misconduct. Misconduct can lead to a mistrial, and a mistrial can mean freedom. That's the plan anyway. So now, according to people watching all this closely, a whole bunch of very well-paid professionals are desperately trying to answer one question. Can we prove this judge ever thought about us before he met us in court? Did he watch the documentary? Did he read an article? Did he like a tweet? Did he make a joke? Did he ever say anything anywhere at any time that could be twisted to make it look like he already had his mind made up? Because if they can't prove the case was unfair, they can at least try to prove the judge was unfair. But here's the problem. People are saying they picked the wrong target. Why? Because the man they're trying to destroy isn't flashy. He's not all over the internet. He's not messy. He doesn't need attention, and he's not dirty. He's boring. He follows the rules. He hates attention. He's the type of person who still organizes his email folders. He's the type of person who prints things out. He's the type of person who actually takes his oath seriously. And apparently this has been shocking to the music boss, because this boss has lived his whole life believing that everyone has a price, everyone has a secret, everyone has a weakness, everyone can be nudged, pushed, tempted, flattered, threatened, or embarrassed into doing what you want. And now, for the first time, he's facing a man who cannot be moved. And that, sources say, is what's really making him freak out. Not the sentence, not losing the case, not even prison. It's realizing that there's a human being in his world who can't be bought, can't be seduced, can't be scared, can't be impressed, can't be shamed, and can't be bargained with. And worst of all, someone who cannot and will not be controlled. So now the music boss is doing what he always does when power doesn't work. He's trying to make good things look bad. He's trying to make integrity look like arrogance. Silence look suspicious. Being clean look like you're hiding something. Because if he can't find dirt, he'll try to hint that it exists. And if he can't hint at it, he'll try to make up a reason why it must be there. But people say this time there's nothing there. No scandal, no skeletons, no weird texts, no secret enemies, no feuds, just a man who did his job carefully and cleanly. And ironically, that's the one thing the music boss never planned for, because he doesn't know how to fight someone who isn't playing the same dirty game. And that's why, according to people watching this whole thing unfold, Phase 2 isn't about law. It's about ego. It's about revenge. It's about a man who can't accept that he lost fairly, so he's trying to prove he didn't. People say this isn't an appeal strategy. It's a personality conflict with reality, and reality is not for sale. You guys, listen to me. This sounds exactly like they're talking about Diddy and Judge Arun. Let's also not forget that in the appeal paperwork, they have straight up attacked Judge Arun. They said he acted like he was the 13th juror. They said he didn't follow what was said in the case. They said he made up his own rules. They said he didn't listen to this person or that person. If you read Diddy's appeal, they're low-key trying to target Judge Arun. They're trying to say that he didn't use the law, he didn't follow procedure, he just did what he thought was right. And to prove that, they would need to find something from before or after the trial that shows Judge Arun messed up. The only problem, there are no mess-ups. The judge didn't slip. I actually believe this rumor. I believe Diddy will 100%, and I mean 100%, have a problem with the fact that Judge Arun didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything improper. He didn't do anything that could possibly overturn the conviction. But Diddy is spending millions on this appeal. People say his appeal will cost somewhere between $5 and $8 million by the time it's all done. He's spending crazy money because he asked for it to be rushed. Basically, everyone in the law firm is working on Diddy's appeal. The partners, the lawyers, everyone. And in a small way, okay, I actually think I might go to his appeal hearing, we'll see. But people are saying this is what Diddy is feeling. And I tend to believe this rumor because look at how the appeal is written. Now, will it work? Of course not. Judge Arun didn't become one of the youngest federal judges in the Southern District of New York just to let this happen. Judge Arun was smart and careful. And here's the thing about someone like Diddy, sometimes you can't show mercy because, well, Judge Arun showed Diddy a lot of mercy and look where it got him. Anyway, you guys, what do you think about this? I think this rumor might actually be true. But don't worry, Diddy's appeal hearing is coming up, and you know I'm going to be there following it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Talk to you guys later. Bye.